Hello, welcome to another episode of The End of the Search. This one I call it, What You're Looking For is Where You're Looking From. That statement was or is attributed to St. Francis of Assisi. And basically what it's saying is, stop looking. That's it. It's not saying anything else. Because the mind grasps that as a concept and it says, what I'm looking for is where I'm looking from. And it tries to understand it, to see if I get it. But you see, what is it you're looking for? You see, looking for waking up, to become enlightened, searching for truth, whatever the case may be, not realizing that I rest in the I am beingness. And all that the senses register is just distraction. In the same way that the mind itself, the thought process is all distraction. That's why in the last book that it was written through this instrument, What is Before Any Thought, we're pointing to the obvious. Right now, you cannot negate that you are. That is direct experience. You don't have to think about it. It is aliveness, is what it is. You see? So, whatever is that I'm looking for keep reinforces the belief in the individual, which that itself is a thought, overlooking that I am. You see? That is when you're sleeping, for example, and you're dreaming. In the dream, you may play the role of a character who's trying to awaken from the dream and is looking for awakening, but is not realizing that that character actually is not there. That character is a projection from the mind that has overlooked that it is the source itself, and now it's looking for itself, you see? And it's looking from the very same place, because it's been the source from which the character is projected. This is why this is not something to talk about. I'm not making these videos thinking that there are others who need to hear this. These videos are simply movements that are expressed through this instrument because this is what seems to be happening. When this character wakes up in the morning, I know that I did not wake up in the morning. Life wakes up this character, because I'm not the one choosing to breathe. I'm not the one choosing for the heartbeat for the heart to beat. I'm not choosing anything at all. And yet, look how life is expressing through this instrument in the same way that it's expressing through the instrument called you. And it seemed as though we are now here encountering each other in a very indirect way, impersonal, because this is a camera, and technically speaking, you may be listening to this or watching this video, but I am not there talking because this is something that has been already recorded, technically speaking, within the context of the illusion. But these are different ways through which life, whatever you want to call it, reminds itself that this is all a projection and it has nothing to do with its reality as that which, again, words cannot express. The obviousness of this is that when this is recognized, it's not a mental process, it's not an understanding, but the consequence of it is the peace in which you rest. Right now, don't believe anything you think and what is left, what remains, you see. The thing is that people who come to this kind of videos because they want to change something in their life, they're trying to achieve something, of course they're getting all they won't get the message. It's impossible because there's a sense of a person that supposedly needs to change something, is looking for something in specifically, and usually that sense of a me that thinks that it's on the search is the last place where the sense of identity hides, you see, for fear of being dissolved. That's why I've heard someone said, I think it was Krishnamurti who said, people like to say the world is an illusion, but they don't like to include themselves in it. You see? It's the fear of disappearing. But who would be the one who disappears? There's no one here, unless a thought makes me believe that there is someone here. This is, again, we're pointing to what is. And when that is seen, put it this way, by no one, but I don't know what other words to use, when that is seen through, when you can see through the veil of the illusion, while the body is still in the world, it continues to function the same as it did before. The only difference, however, is that it will not be taking this life experience seriously. You see, there's a lightness of it. He sees how the world looks, and yet knows that there's no one seeing anything, although seeing seems to happen. Hears the sounds, although it knows that there's no one hearing anything, while hearing seems to happen. Feels sensation, although it knows that there's no one feeling anything, yet feeling seems to happen. Because thought is not translating in favor to the individual or separate entity, thoughts are being seen as such. See? And then life unfolds, but you remain as what you are. And we can put it to the test right now, not for you to understand it, but you to get a taste of what we're pointing to here. And when I ask you, don't identify with any thoughts. I didn't say don't, they're not there. I didn't say that they will not be there. Don't fight them. Don't try to avoid them. Don't try to control them, because that is, again, giving power to what is not there. You see? Don't try to fight with the wind. Just be, okay? So don't identify with any thought. Don't believe in any thoughts right now. Okay, and don't even believe the thought that is making you believe that you are the one trying not to believe the thought. I'm just trying to point to the obviousness of what is right this moment. See, this is it. This life is. And again, it's not that you're seeing it. Once again, I hope you're getting where this is pointing to. Just don't identify with any thoughts, with anything. Just don't identify with anything at all. And what remains? What remains is life itself. You see, and right in that which remains, there's no worry, there's no fear, there's no concerns, there's no past, there's no future, there's no anticipation, there's nothing. It simply is. We rest in what is. And now notice how thoughts appear and disappear. You see, and that's perfectly fine. See, like one of the books as well, that it was written through this instrument, I am, in which everything seems to appear and disappear. But I am, see, you rest in the I am. That's the famous quote, I am that I am, But in reality, even I am that I am would not exactly be accurate. It would be more like I am, or am, or I. Interestingly enough, I wrote another book, it's titled Am, because it's pointing to this. You see, this is it. This is it. And then observe how life unfolds. You don't know what you're going to do today. Even if you think you do, because you may have a habit of doing the same thing, or maybe you may have an agenda, in the end, you do not know what's going to be happening today. All you know, if I'm going to use that word, is that you are. That's all you know, nothing else. And then, from that you are, or from that I am, or from that amness, just notice how life unfolds. I don't know what is the next syllable that is going to come out of my mouth, or the mouth of this seeming instrument. I have no clue. And yet they come out, or they don't. And just see, we rest in this. Just remain as this. It's not that you will remain as this, you are this, so you have no choice on remaining on it or not. However, because of habit, you may notice how there's a distraction to go to the mind and to some kind of evaluation or translation. But right now, you see, I am, life is. This is it. End of story. Well, I hope this served, and as always, may peace permeate the mind so that love can be extended.